by the way, for anyone who was wondering on what I voted for. I didn't vote. Hashtag StopTheMobVote. Whoa! But then would you be able to put the penguin in the boat to also make it go faster?
Oh, yeah, you've got to be able to put it in the boat. It's an entity.
But then would it still affect the speed if it's not in the water? That's what I'm trying to get at. They specifically, multiple times specified it's extra block reach to place blocks. And even in the notes here, I've put place in all capitals. They did not mention once that it's going to give you an extra block of reach to hit players. And everyone just assumed.
I think the 2017 mob vote is the perfect blueprint for how they should do this. They should go back to this. You shouldn't be stopping the mob vote. You should be changing the way it works.
Dog armor, as you mentioned, should be a base game concept anyways. You should be able to craft it. You shouldn't have to get it from killing an armadillo or whatever you're going to have to do with it. Minecraft Legends on Twitch, right? It currently has...
Probably doesn't have a Twitch channel.
Nobody is streaming it.
Oh, what? You mean the category?
Nobody is streaming the category right now.
No shit.
Jeb's hair looked really cool in the wind. Looked really beautiful, actually. Flourishing. I think what would make it even cooler, which they're not going to do, is when you get into the structure, you're forced into adventure mode. You have a skeleton spawner, right? They die from full damage. All their bones go into a hopper, which goes into the crafter. The crafter then turns the bones into bone meal. The bone meal then goes through multiple stuff until it gets to your farm. Then you're constantly farming. Alright lads, welcome back to Midweek MC, the part of the podcast where I sit down with the amazing co-host, Captain Ajax, who sadly isn't here again this week. In a span of 7 weeks, they've now missed 2 weeks, which is absolutely crazy. They're about to fail their probation. That is a joke, by the way. Ajax knows for well that they're completely fine. It's just Midweek MC is kind of branded as our thing. However, to replace them today, or I guess to fill their shoes, I am joined with somebody who works on not Midweek MC, who works on InsideMC. Technically today they're working on Midweek MC, but they mainly help out with the interviewing guests part of the podcast. I am joined with the amazing Bendo.
Hello. I'm here to fill it. Bro, Ajax has got some massive shoes. I'm only size 9, you know.
Wow, Ajax. They're already insulting you. They're already trying to take your place by insulting you.
No, I'm complimenting. I'm saying I've got big shoes to fill.
Yeah, you know, fair enough. This, by the way, this podcast is probably going to be all over the place. This is the third time recording the intro, and I'm not ashamed to admit that. I just can't seem to form the right words. So this is what you're getting, okay? You're stuck with this. Whether you like this intro or not, this is what you're getting, Bendo, all right?
It's midweek for a reason, you know. Some things are messy midweek.
Exactly. We're allowed to just waffle away. I don't have to be too professional, which is nice.
Exactly.
With that being said, though, would you like to introduce yourself? I mean, obviously, I introduced you as Bendo, who helps out with InsideMC. But, you know, before we start, let's get to know a little bit more about you, who you are, what you do. That this is going to be the only segment where we talk about you, by the way, because I don't want to tangent away from the podcast, and I know for what would happen if we ended up talking about you. So,
all right, let me just pull my 10-minute script now. I'm joking. I'm Bendo. Literally, I'm Bendo. Been around speedrunning Minecraft for the past 3 years. Did pretty decent on that. Stepped away from like in front of the camera to behind the camera past year. Been doing a lot of editing and like creative production work and all that good stuff. And I'm here basically. That's it, editor.
And you absolutely cook, right?
I do cook. You know what? I'm not that bad. I can make some mean pasta. You know.
I'm very good at making what's the food? Oh, chili con carne. That's my special dish.
Ooh.
Yeah. I've also got quite good at making empanadas as well. So.
Ooh. Okay.
Yeah. No, my girlfriend told me. I got quite lucky. Anyway,
literally cooking.
Tangent away. No, we're not doing this because then we're gonna get into talking about cooking, and we're gonna get into talking about other stuff. No, this week's Midweek MC is specifically about Minecraft Live and the Minecraft mob vote that happened. So this podcast is coming out next Wednesday. Minecraft Live was last Saturday, right? Yeah. No, it did the Saturday just gone for us, right?
Yeah. I want to say so. No, okay. Sunday. It was Sunday.
Sunday, sorry. Yeah. So this is coming out about like a week and 3 days afterwards. So it's still fairly recent. However, when we're recording this, it's only 3 days after Minecraft Live. So we're going to be talking about everything regarding it, sharing our views. I know the majority of Minecraft podcasts have already done this because I've listened to partially a few of them. I've been quite busy, but I've listened to as much as I can. However, we're leaving our views on it. And you know, you watched Minecraft Live, Bendo, right?
I did indeed. Didn't watch it for long. It wasn't exactly a long segment once.
It was like 45 minutes, right? Or something like that. Because with the pre-show, it was still less than an hour.
I think the pre-show was as long as the actual show.
Probably, yeah. I wouldn't even be surprised. But you've watched previous years. I've never watched a Minecraft live pod. It's my first ever one.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, they always have like the big stuff, and then they have little filler things where like they put the creators in, right, which is like normal. But it almost felt like it was pieced together rather than because the one previously last year they did like a massive reveal with like a bunch of the crew, and they opened an envelope and they're like, it's the sniffer, and it was like, wee. But this time they were just like, yeah, it's this one.
This one, yeah. So I remember you messaging me. You was like, wait, they've revealed the mob vote before the end of like the stream, and then it ended up ending the stream. Like,
yeah,
just
it felt so
it
short.
Longer, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, hang on a minute, we're probably about like 2/3 into this. What's happening now? And they were just like, oh, and I'm like, all right.
You said the first ever one you watched was back in 2017, right?
I want to say it was Trails and Tales. I want to say it was. I don't have like the greatest idea, but I've definitely watched a few, 100%.
I guess for the sake of it, and how does this compare to the one, like the first ever one you watched?
I think naturally as time goes on, like production quality is going to be better. Like the little segments they do in between when they actually announce things improved, like animation wise and ideas wise and all of that, because I don't think really you can do much apart from just revealing the new stuff, which is only going to be based on what the actual content is, depending on how they announce it, really.
Yeah.
So yeah, like it's going to improve year on year, but it didn't feel like it had that oomph factor. Maybe because I'm older and I've stepped away from Minecraft for a year, but still, I still felt that way.
Oomph as in like didn't hit you as much, or
yeah, like didn't hit me as much.
See, I really liked this. I guess it's because like I guess it's with the podcast, for example, like you see how we did the bit of an intro then, and we just got straight into talking about it. Like I mean, MidweekMC probably isn't the best of examples, but like prior like guest podcasts is just constant, like I ask a question, they answer, but then I build on that question, right? So I like talking and I like knowing new things, blah blah blah. But like this MC Live, like they were straight to the point, and like every single time one of the like little goofy animations came up with the sniffer or the llama, like they were cool to watch, but I was in a call and I was just like, this is...
It's just filler.
Yeah, but like it was getting annoying. Like it was not annoying, god, that's like poor wording. It's like I just like being handed information, right? And that's why I kind of do with the podcast. I kind of just get the guests to hand information. Or with Midweek MC, for example, we are specifically talking about us. This segment here is still talking about like points, so like we're not filling in. Does that make sense? So like the little animations, they're cool and stuff like that, but I just like to know what they're updating, what they're adding, what the mob vote is, blah blah blah. And then like even the stuff like the Star Wars collab, which we'll get into talking about, that was cool. That didn't feel like filler. The Minecraft Legends update, as much as I don't care, like because I don't play the game, like it wasn't filler. But then a little like, I mean, even the minecart things, like with Jeb and his hair like beautifully, you know, flowing in the wind, that didn't feel like filler. It was the animations that felt like filler, which they were. But like that's what I mean specifically when I'm, you know, trying to get my point across here.
Yeah, like there was less engagement. I feel like not like even the stupid silly things where like the actual developers are in minecarts or something, or they're talking
funny,
about
like, that's cool.
Like that's fun. That's engaging. You're like, this is cool to see. But a little animation of like some mobs walking around, it's just like, I can do this in the actual game. Like I don't care.
Yeah.
And you're here to present to me stuff about your game and new stuff about your game. It's not, you know, like if I want an animation, if I want that, I'm gonna go watch proper animations, or even like bloody music videos from 10 years ago, like the Minecraft parodies. They had better ones. That was more engaging. Like, you know.
But yeah, that's why I think I liked this Minecraft Live more, because as much as they still had it, and they're always gonna have it to make sense as to why they do, I liked it more because I heard compared to recent years, they were more straight to the point and more quick with it, and that's what I guess I just got really lucky with the first one I ever watched.
Yeah, I mean, when you put it like that, I guess it's kind of better that it was shorter. I mean, I think it was a less engaging one, but I do prefer the fact that they don't just waste.
Yeah, exactly. They were like giving us information, and the updates are really, really cool. They are really, really cool this year, and we will get into talking about all of it as we go through the podcast. But this is more like the opening segment, I guess, give or take. But I am looking forward to see what they're going to be releasing.
Same. I mean, I guess it's kind of different from my perspective. Like, as a speedrunner, I only speedrun on one version. So, like, it's funny over the years been watching all these things. I'm like, oh, that's cool. That's cool. But also, like, I am not going to switch versions. So I'm there like, oh, this would be cool if this was added. And then I remember, hang on a minute. I don't touch this version of the game, but I still feel like I have a pretty good informed opinion on certain things.
Oh no, but that's the same with me. Like I did a hardcore world for a little bit, and that was before 1. What's the newest one? 1.21 is it, or 1.20?
Yeah, 1.20.1.
Yeah, so like before no, that's it. So I started my hardcore world on 1.19, like 2 weeks before 1.20 came out. That's the one, sorry. And like, you know, that's I played it for like 2 or 3 weeks. Like, it doesn't affect me, but I guess like because of the sake of this podcast right now, specifically, I had to do the research and I had to actually actively watch. Like I was saying in a VC, I was saying it to myself in a voice call. I was sitting like in a voice call with somebody else on mute. I did like a little watch party for only one person in the InsideMC Discord, which you can find in the description below. But you know,
good segue.
Well, description below on YouTube. If you're listening on Spotify, head over there quickly. Anyways, but like, you know, I actually had to note take. I actually had to engage in Minecraft Live, and I guess that's why I enjoyed it so much, because I was actively listening, and I was like, these updates actually sound really cool. As much as I'm not going to use them because I don't really care, and like, you know, I don't really play Minecraft. I've more become like, I am the podcast guy now, you know. That's what people know me as. I'm the podcast guy, because I don't really play the game too much, but I talk about it a lot, and I talk to the people who do play it. But I guess that's why I enjoyed listening to it so much. Exactly, you know, if anyone wants to get me as a, you know, guest like interviewing people before tournaments, all that kind of stuff, have to mind. Oh, Bendo as an editor here, you know, we're both good in our little
fields. I was trying to get for you there, but you know what I mean, if you want to tag me along and like, you know, get the rope down, I'm there.
Quick little segue, I guess, before we do continue, because I was meant to mention at the start of the podcast, and I do want to say it. For some bizarre reason, without like actually speedrunning, I mentioned this to you the other day, without actually speedrunning, I am very involved in like, not the MCSR community content creator wise, but I guess I am. I'm like involved in them content creator wise through the podcast, not physically talking to the content creators, if that makes sense, like as like on a friendly basis. Like for instance, I'm not in HPG, I guess that's the way of saying it. But like I feel like I've become, I don't know why I've like, the podcast has so many speedrunners on, and like you just add to that now coming on MidweekMC, and I plan to have so many speedrunners on, so I don't really know why I've done this, but you know, like it's just a random little segue because I was meant to say at the start.
No,
it's just funny, you know?
I get you. I think a lot of people when you say content creator, like if it's specifically because I know it so well, like MCSR content creator, right? It is not limited to HPG, right? Or
no, but you get why.
For that record, any other streamers, right? So you have like, I think MCSR has probably, to those that are like active and regularly, especially on Twitter and stuff, like on socials, that regularly like communicate and spend time within the community, I would say you'd be hard pressed to find another community that isn't focused around art and stuff to have such a, what I feel like it's quite an even or even like uneven in the favor of the artist split between artists and runners and stuff. Like, yeah, I get that. That's one thing which is really cool and really unique to CSR, is that we have so many, you know, you have editors, you have artists, you have like so many different types of people that will, I'm probably missing a bunch, but I'm just thinking off the top of my head at the moment, that so many people that create content in their own way. And yeah, it's quite cool because people, when you think content creator, think YouTuber or Twitch streamer, and it's like, yes, but also there's so many other people, and you would definitely fit into that. Like, you create content, podcast content, and you have speedrunning. Yeah, like you would 100% fit into that category.
I guess like a better way of wording it for myself, and as much as, by the way, I completely agree with you, I'm not trying to like say that you're wrong. I guess it's better wording. I guess I can sometimes do this just to satisfy myself as well, because if I feel like I've said it wrong. It's more so like with the root of the podcast, I seem to be getting a lot more then out of like 100 days content or hardcore content or like server content creators or tournament players, and I feel like for some of the reason the podcast has gone down the MTSR route by a lot, and it's something, but it's also just something I've become really, really interested in. For instance, like I've had Fulham on the podcast, I've had the Oliver MTSR ranked on the podcast, now you're on the podcast here. I know we're not talking about speedrunning, but you're still here, you're still a speedrunner or in that community. I've you know, Feinberg's podcast is coming out in 2 days from when this is coming out, and then I have like a few other like speedrunners, and that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't really know why I've gone so heavy on MCSR, but I don't know. It's just a small little tangent. We should probably get back to MC Live.
Yeah. It just encapsulates you, man. Like you, without even realizing it, you encapsulate. It's so
cool.
Yeah.
Anyways, back to MC Live. Yeah, I mean, this is midweek MC, alright? As much as we're going to talk about MC Live, we are just going to waffle away about other stuff as well. It's always going to be like that. And there probably will be a podcast down the line talking about guests, I guess, maybe, who knows. Anyway, so let's start now out of the intro talking about the mob vote, right? Yeah. So I hosted a poll on Twitter on Monday of when this podcast is being recorded. I said it for 2 days, and I said, with Minecraft Live as well as the mob vote finished and a midweek MC due to be recorded on Wednesday, now that it's over, what mob did you vote for? That poll got 100 votes, alright? So, for the sake of it, let's just assume all 100 votes came from the InsideMC community. It most likely didn't. It most likely reached out to other communities. But for the sake of it, let's just say it's the InsideMC community, right? In third place, with 26%, was the Armadillo. In second place, with 29%, was the Penguin. And in first place, with 45% out of 100 votes, was the Crab. However, the mob vote for the official Minecraft, with over 5 million votes, they said, by the way, was very, very different. Do you want to reveal the order for this, Bendo? Do you have the notes up in front of you?
I shall. I'll crunch the numbers.
Well,
right.
No, you just I've literally wrote down the percentage for you. Don't
I know.
It's like you're doing all the work. Come on now.
I got it. All right. Third, with only 25% of the votes, which I feel like was a huge shock, I gotta be honest, was the Penguin. Second, with 32.5%, was the Crab, leaving the Armadillo top with over 40% of the votes of 42.3%.
It's so different. I mean, the Penguin came in. Oh no, I was gonna say the Penguin came in second for both the votes, but then Penguin came last. Yeah, so like the votes from my community compared to like the general Minecraft vote are so different.
I don't really get it, to be honest.
What do you mean?
Like, well, okay, I see it from two angles. One angle I see is that the majority, it's 5 million votes, right? That's a lot. Like I know Minecraft has it has a huge, large, like global active player base anyway, but
yeah,
majority are probably children on Minecraft. Let's be real.
Well, voting on Bedrock was easy as heck.
It's people on Bedrock. Like Microsoft focus all their stuff to Bedrock.
100%.
Like fairly so. It's an absolute cash cow. For
Other than quality of life, the only thing they don't care about is quality of life on Bedrock. Like it's horrible.
True. It's much easier to run Bedrock though. Like there's a reason for that. And anyway, I ain't going on that tangent. That's a whole other tangent.
That's a whole other podcast.
Exactly. But also, what surprised me is that like the Penguin feels like the most like well designed. Like I feel like a younger demographic would prefer a Penguin rather than an Armadillo. Like, which is what confused me even more.
It's also a cute little pet, right?
Yeah,
well, not even
it's
pet,
a penguin.
But like cute
It's
little
a penguin.
Animal, yeah.
Who wouldn't want a penguin?
Well, I mean,
apparently
you didn't.
75% of people. Well, okay. This is going to be controversial. I voted the Penguin because my partner wanted me to vote the Penguin and I don't care. But I wanted to see the absolute fume online that the Armadillo beat the Crab. So I feel like everyone that I knew wanted the Crab.
Yeah.
Because like it gave you a feature that actually was out of the three the only one that felt had any worth to it.
I somewhat disagree, but we'll get into talking about the features in a minute. So
yeah, no, like
I get your point. I get what you mean.
Yeah. Like it felt like the one that I don't know how to describe it. Like had the most worth or meaning. I don't know. Anyway, just mainly because I'm thinking. I mainly think in speedrun terms. I do have to say, like my whole point of view to Minecraft has been speedrunning for the past 3 years. But
Penguin would be the most useful for speedrunning, no?
No,
really?
Because dolphins exist.
Yeah, but then how does a crab? I mean, the only thing crab might affect is all advancements. I can't really see a crab helping with general speedrunning, no.
Well, if it's an extra block for each to place, like it just.
It depends on how you get it, though, right?
I got no idea. Right, that's
what I'm saying. That's what
dog armor useless. Boats go faster.
Speedrunning right
also
now,
useless.
Speaking,
yeah, boats go faster is also useless because dolphins exist, and it's really easy to. Well, I say really easy. The process of spawning dolphins for you is really easy, and then extra block reach to place blocks. No matter how you get that item, somehow, like if you kill a crab off spawn, for example, I don't know how it's gonna work. It's just gonna help you the most.
If it's a long ass process, it's not gonna be helpful for speedrunning, surely, right?
No, but like say if you spawn on an island, which is how most like speedrunners do it, we won't look at every single thing in a speedrun context. This is just
I get you. Of course. So I brought you on the podcast, different perspective.
Different perspectives. Like say for example, there's just a crab crawling on a desert or like the beach edge, and if all you had to do was kill a crab. Like all you have to spend is half a second, and you get like an extra reach. Like, and most speedruns start with you on an island, and then you get off the island.
That's assuming you only have to kill it. Like, I mean, look at how you get turtle helmets, right? It's a long process.
Yeah, true.
Exactly. So I'm just assuming for the sake of it, what if the process is the same as getting turtle helmet, right? So I guess it's once again just looking at it, but.
I guess I've just thought of like boating to an ocean and like maybe penguin. Either way, penguin just should have won and it didn't. So I don't know.
Penguins should have won, or crab should have won.
Cute as hell. Penguins are cute as hell. Could you imagine recreating Happy Feet? Oh my god. having
them dance to the bloody music. So, well, that would have been more so crab, but.
When people bring out the like piglin against penguin like dance battle, that's what I'm talking about.
That's a joke. For context as well, I didn't vote, by the way, for anyone who was wondering on what I voted for. I didn't vote. And I'm gonna say it just so I can put it in the Twitter announcement and so I can put it in the highlights. Hashtag StopTheMobVote. Whoa! Yeah, perfect. There we go. Done. We will talk about it more in a second. Obviously, I don't agree with that. I think it's absolutely silly, goofy. But once again,
you got your thumbnail now, though.
I got my. Well, no, the thumbnail was made like a week ago before we even recorded. I'm all got like just. Do you know in the Twitter announcement when I have like the little like bullet points?
Yeah.
I can now use the hashtag in the bullet point. Perfect. And then if I put it in the highlights, the pre-highlights, people are going to think I actually mean it. I see. It's all about
I don't get it
advertising.
all. Well, like, you know, like the Stop the MobVote stuff? I don't understand it, man.
We'll talk about it in a second because I do want to talk about the mobs, and then we'll talk about them because it will transition into it perfectly. I know, sorry, I kind of keep flashing your transitions here. I feel a little bit bad. I just want to transition to that and then transition back. It doesn't make much sense to me. But yeah, so let's talk about each individual mob, right? So obviously I didn't vote. If there's a mob that I wanted in Minecraft, like specifically out of the three, I couldn't tell you. There's a reason I didn't vote is because I just don't care. Like, in the nicest way possible, I don't care, right? Obviously, we're talking about this because this is a Minecraft podcast, and I care about, like, the mob vote, and I care about Minecraft Live, but a new mob being added to the game doesn't affect me is what I'm trying to get at, right? So, like, physically, in-game, doesn't affect me. And I not only really care for the podcast, but obviously I'm going to talk about this on a Minecraft. It'd be silly if... That's why MidweekMC was introduced, all right? Because it's a Minecraft podcast. We are going to start talking about Minecraft topics, not just the Minecraft creators. So in third was the Penguin, as you stated, with 25% of the vote. So we're just going to, I guess, touch on our views on it. I know you kind of already have, but just more in depth as a conversation here. So what they mentioned was that the Penguin was going to make boats go faster, and they also hinted in Minecraft Live that penguins might still just get added to the game anyways, because that's what happened with the frog, right? It lost the votes or whatever, and it still got added to the game either way.
Yes.
Which, I mean, alongside hashtag StopTheMobVote, which once again we will get into, is like, I don't really see the point of doing that. Like, what's the point of adding them to the mod vote, and then when they lose, you're like, actually, I wanted them added anyways. You know, like, there's not in my eyes, there's not really a point of the initial mob vote. But, you know, it's Minecraft. That's their opinions, and I mean, it's their game, right? It's like my podcast. It's like someone trying to tell me what to say and what to do on my podcast. At the end of the day, it's mine. I kind of do what I want, you know, and you listen if you like, which isn't meant to sound as toxic as it doesn't, but I guess my general viewers would know.
You better listen on Spotify right now.
You better follow on Spotify as well. I need to get those Spotify followers up right now. But yeah, what are your thoughts from what they gave us for the Penguin? What are your like initial thoughts on it, other than it being cute and it should have won, like mechanical wise, gameplay wise? What are your thoughts?
I mean, I think it's cool, but if you want to go faster in water, Depth Strider exists, Trident exists, and Dolphins exist. Like, they're filling a gap that doesn't exist.
Yeah.
In my eyes, anyway. Like, I guess maybe because, you know, people can carry chests in minecarts now, which they're not minecarts, in boats, which is cool. But chokers also exist. So I don't really see a use. But counterpoint, the Penguin's cute as hell, so I think that tips it over the edge.
Do you reckon you'd be able to put penguins in the boats physically, or no? And would it affect the speed of the boat?
Isn't that the way they meant for it to work? Or did I misread that?
I mean, I didn't know there was someone to read about it. I just assumed there'd be penguins swimming alongside the boat, like dolphins swim alongside the boat. Do you have to put the penguins in the boat to make it go faster? Is that how it works?
See, either way, it just doesn't make... Like, if you have to put it in the boat, then the only reason of voting with a chest...
No, I reckon it'd be... Well, my question was more so, I assumed it would be if the penguin was next to the boat, it makes it go faster. But then would you be able to put the penguin in the boat to also make it go faster?
Oh, yeah, you've got to be able to put it in the boat. It's an entity.
But then would it still affect the speed if it's not in the water? That's what I'm trying to get at. Because they're clumsy on land, right?
Yeah. Mate, I've got no idea. See, exactly. We don't know how it would work, so it makes no sense for its mechanic.
That's true.
The fact we don't know how to figure out how it's supposed to achieve what it does means there is no place for its use.
Imagine. I reckon, if the penguin got added, there would have been a bug with it as well that made the boat go faster on land. 100%.
Oh my God, can you imagine that?
That'd be jokes. But imagine if the penguin speed did actually affect the boat if it was inside the boat, and then you had that on blue ice. Oh my, never travel.
Oh no, yeah. Break the game. You'd have to go into you have to mod your trunk, like how many you can load at once. That'd be funny.
It'd be great for never travel, don't know.
It would.
It's goofy. But yeah, I mean, they still hinted at it being added either way. I reckon they probably will, but you know, we'll see what happens. I reckon though, if they do end up adding the penguin, it won't give us its original use. If that makes sense. Like, I feel like logically thinking from Minecraft's perspective, you know, the Armadillo got 42%, the crab got 10% less than that, and then the penguin got 7% less than that. So in total, from first to third, the penguin got 17% less, right? So that like shows that not a lot of players were too interested in the idea of its abilities, because, you know, that's why mobs, at the end of the day, that's kind of why mobs get added, is based on their abilities. And it's like why the alley got added last year, because everybody thought, oh,
What does he
this
do
is a
again?
really cool
Like, I don't know.
alley, like picks up items so like that you drop on the ground. I don't really see the point of it. But
Yeah.
people voted it because that's what, like I guess that's like the what like was interesting to people. Do you get what I mean? But like,
Yeah.
it's like, so that just shows that people weren't interested in the idea of Penguin's abilities. So that's why it came last. I reckon if they did add it, they'd have to take away from its idea. They'd have to change the idea of it. Do you have anything else to add to the Penguin? Or?
No, it's cute. Should have been there just because it looks cool. That's my opinion. It looks cute.
I mean, yeah, fair enough, honestly. The next mob then that came in second place was the crab. So this was a fan favorite. We know this. This was something that people wanted to be added to the game, but didn't get added. What are your opinions on this?
Okay, it's very, very controversial. People aren't gonna like me because I think a lot of people in the circle very much wanted something extra. The thing is, you get extra reach. People think you get extra reach to hit things and break things. Okay, this is not a PvP breaking thing. It's just the place blocks, right? So really, its only use is like builders or like people who would want to do things quicker, like I don't know, like really updated bed walls or something, but who cares? It's only to place blocks, right? So out of the three of an actual mod, because the Armadillo thing doesn't have to be an Armadillo exclusive thing, I'll touch on that later, but out of like mob specific abilities, it has the most like uniqueness to it, I feel. Like it's the only idea there that I've seen that is out of the three that I feel like hasn't been there before. Like, birds going faster, multiple ways going faster. Dog armor is dog armor. That shouldn't be a mob exclusive thing. This makes sense, but I don't like it. I just don't like it. I prefer seeing people getting pissed off that it's not in the game. I'm a man of chaos.
See, my thing is like, it's just, once again, I mean, agreeing with you, and it's what a lot of people don't realize is we've seen from previous like mob votes. Like, for example, let's look back to 2020, right? When the glow squid won. Okay, so out of the votes, it was the moo blooms, which would interact with bees in some way, they said, and that buttercups would also be added, which is cool. The isolodgers, which I mean, I never really paid attention to on mod votes. I didn't even know glow squids were in the game until this year, 3 years later. But isolodgers, they would spawn in mountains and hold ice clouds at the player, and then glow squids would spawn in the ocean in dark areas, illuminating them, and that is it. And then people thought, oh, like they're just saying that like the glow squid is going to do that, but like it's going to have other uses, which is really, really cool. No, when Minecraft say they're adding a vote for a specific reason, that is the full reason. Crabs, they specifically multiple times specified is extra block reach to place blocks, and even in the notes here I've put place in all capitals. They did not mention once that it's going to give you an extra block of reach to hit players, and everyone just assumed that, and I think that's why people are so angry that it hasn't won, is because they all assumed it was just you were going to be able to hit players as well,
Yeah,
but you
no,
weren't.
you're right. Like it's just to place things. It feels like more of a building mechanic. They ain't putting in the effort to add anymore. They've already put the effort on two other mobs that will go to waste, basically.
They haven't really even put the effort in. They're just more so just putting the idea of it in. Huh?
Yeah. No, I totally get you. This isn't the worst Minecraft mob voting blunder. Okay, I feel like the worst one was 2020, but I don't know. It seems a bit mid.
Just the idea of it. I mean,
yeah,
I think it's cool. It's also just a case of like, we also don't know how you're going to be able to acquire it. For instance, like to get a goat horn, you have to find that biome, and then you have to get the goat to ram into a wall. Before I found this out, I was going around killing goats because I just thought they'd drop horns. Turns out my chat didn't tell me that you have to get them to ram into a wall. The warden, for example, when you kill the warden, it just drops a little skull sensor that you can mine as long as you have silk. Turtles, for example, like you have to find a specific biome, and then you have to breed them, and then they have to drop skulks, and then you have to get 5, or whatever it's called, known as skulks, the little green blob things, and you have to get 5 of those to craft a helmet. I think it doesn't even really benefit builders. Like, yes, they're all saying, oh yeah, this would help, and I know I'm not a builder myself, and I know a lot of people are like, oh no, like it really benefits. But when are you gonna, what's it called, like go out of your way to get the crab claw or wherever it was, when you can just place a block and jump on top of it. If you want that extra block of reach, just place a block below you, jump on top of it, and then bang, you can place blocks a block higher. You know, you don't need the crab claw. And even then, like, I saw this was mentioned on another podcast, and I agreed with it anyways, even before they mentioned it, is that, like, if you place a block but you place it in the wrong location, you then have to place scaffolding or place a block anyways to go up and mine it, because it's not giving you mine. And even if you are somehow able to mine with it, I doubt it's going to be able to mine the likes of, say you place a diamond block, I doubt it's going to be able to mine the likes of a diamond block. At most wood, or like at most stone if you're lucky, you know?
Yeah, because it's not giving your arm extra reach for you to use your pickaxe. It's just, here's like a little stubbly crab.
And how would it work? Would it be in your offhand? Would it be like, would you have to put it in your main hand and put like blocks inside of the crab claw? Like, it just sounds inconvenient. I think people just see it and they're like, oh, shiny, cool. And I mean, for instance, like the glow squids. I mean, I know that mob vote was rigged, but we're not going to get into that. But like, you know, the point still stands, you know?
Yeah.
I guess before we move into talking about the winner, we might as well talk about other years' mob votes, which we should have probably started with. Back in 2017, there was a choice of either the Barnacle, the Phantom, the Great Hunger, or the Wildfire. Obviously, looking back on it now, sorry, the Hovering Inferno, not the Wildfire. I don't know why I called that. The Hovering Inferno should have probably won that vote.
Hey, look how sick it looks. It's just sick.
But looking back on it, and if you're putting yourself in 2017, it makes sense why the Phantom won. There wasn't anything in the skies, and like they were introducing this brand new idea of a mob, you know, for the night skies, and it's possibly introduced, if they add a Phantom to the game, maybe we'll get to add like seagulls or pigeons or just more flying mobs. And I think looking back in 2017, I reckon if I saw the Phantom announced, I'm like, yes, add this, and then I'll add more like daytime flying mobs, in which they didn't, and now we just have a really, really annoying Phantom in the game.
You know what? I think the 2017 mob vote is the perfect blueprint for how they should do this. They should go back to this, because all they did for the mob vote was they made 4 mobs, an extra mob. They showed you concept art and they told you what they want it to do. And way before they'd actually developed any, they said, here's 4 ideas. Which idea do you like best? Pick an idea and then we will make it the best it can be. So you start from like the complete start of the creation process, whereas now they entirely create 3 mobs, put them into the game, their own version of the game, to make sure they work. They've already added 3 mobs to the game, and they're like, right, we're just going to kick 2 out. You shouldn't be stopping the mob vote, you should be changing the way it works. You should just go back to the 2017 way of, here's 4 concepts or 3 concepts, this is how cool we can make them look, this is what we can make them do, and like all of a bunch of different things and all that, and it's actually tailored to the new update, because none of these mob vote things are actually tailored to the new update. They are just an additional thing on top of the update, so the whole theme behind it doesn't, you know, like the whole theme of the update is just irrelevant to the mob vote. They should go back to that, because of 2018 and 2019 they didn't do a mob vote because they added brand new mobs. Defeated the Nether update for it. They added Piglin, and then Piglin Brutes, because they gave themselves that time to focus on the actual version and what fits with the brand new stuff in that version. So they should just go do the mob vote the way they used to do it.
I also like the whole voting system of like first round, second round, final round. For instance, like, you know, this year, as soon as the penguin got eliminated, all the penguin voters probably would have voted for the crab. But then at least it gives like that percentage, that 25% of people to go and vote for the mob that they're their second favorite, you know? Whereas now, like, they don't do that. For instance, you know, with 2017, the Barnacle got eliminated in the first round. In all honesty, that, I don't know why, it just gives me scary vibes, the Barnacle. It also just looks like quite annoying. And then in round 2, the Hovering Inferno got eliminated, which, I mean, makes sense. You know, we already had the Blaze. And I also wonder how this would have affected, because 2017 was version 1.13 or no?
15? I want to say 1.15.
So I wonder how, if that got added, how that would have affected 1.16 speedrunning. It's a good point.
It would have literally just been high roll. I don't know. I feel like you'd just have to high roll the fact it doesn't swarm, or just played 5RD and strays.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It would have changed everything. So I guess for the better, it probably didn't get added for speedrunning's sake, anyways.
I think it'd be sick. Base fights are just really monotonous and simple.
Yeah,
it's really simple. You get fire res and you just go. Dut, dut, dut. Not even the end fight's challenging. Like,
Yeah, true. And then the final vote was between the Phantom and the Great Hunger. And I'm once again like looking back on it, everyone's like, oh, add all the old mobs. But then imagine if like one update they were like, okay, we're adding the Wildfire, we're adding the Great Hunger, we're adding the Barnacle. It's like it'd be a bit overwhelming. It's like because I don't feel like we need all of them. Like they're cool, don't get me wrong, but like it'd just be overwhelming if they were all added, you know?
Yeah, they should just go back to do it the way in 2017. Make the update the way it works, and then add something that complements. And don't go through the whole design process and the whole everything process putting it in the game. Bring it back. And for those that do say they want to stop the mob vote, this is like a company who really care about their fan base, and are like, let's give them a choice to decide the direction of their game, even if majority probably don't agree, or like the very big minority, because obviously usually it's kind of like a 55-45 split usually on the final vote.
Yeah.
Like a lot of games just add stuff. They don't listen. Minecraft Mojang not only listen, they give you power. Like it screams like entitlement in a way.
Yeah.
Like, bro, you probably paid like £12 for this game 10 years ago. I think you've got your money's worth.
I mean, all the creators definitely have, and that's why you see the creators not complaining, because they realize, you know. And then after that year, oh sorry, yeah, go on.
It's such a cheap game, and you can do what you want, and it's a sandbox game. If you don't like the mobs, download a mod. It's free.
Exactly. And then after that, I reckon the mobs get pretty uninteresting. I mean, in 2021 we had either the Glare, the Alley, or the Copper Golem. I remember keeping. It doesn't feel like this was in 2021, which is crazy to me. It feels like this was last year, but it clearly wasn't. This one, I mean, all the mobs were pretty uninteresting. I mean, the Glare got the least amount of votes. It literally just alert you if the area is dark, which I think was quite cool. The Alley, I mean, they literally said it picks up dropped items in loaded chunks and is able to carry up and stack at a time. And it can't can't duplicate items. It can't take items out of chests, and it drops items that it collects when in a ranged player. And people were like, oh, but like, you know, even though that's the exact description, surely it'll have more to it. No, that is what they said it was going to be, and people decided to still vote for it anyways. You know, kind of showing like, this is why Minecraft isn't joking when they talk about the crab. Like, it is only going to be able to place blocks. They're not going to randomly say, oh yeah, like, by the way, we forgot to mention that you can hit people, because if they mentioned that in the first place, the crab would have won. It would have won. But the logical people voted for another mob because they realized that no, it's only going to be for placing block. And then the Copper Golem was quite cool, but once again, don't really know what it would have been used for. You know, like,
yeah, like, see, they should just go back to the give us a concept and go from there. Don't go so far down the line and be like, you know. And
then 2022 was also just a bit of stinky. Yeah, I think the Rascal was quite cool, but once again, didn't really see the point of it being added. And then like Tough Golem and stuff. And then we come to this year, which has actually got like, it's got basic mobs, you know. It's got a penguin, a crab, and armadillo. They're all just basic overworld mobs. Nothing fancy, nothing funny. And this is probably one of the more interesting mob votes there has been in the last few years, you know.
Yeah.
At least in my opinion, anyways. And then the final mob that got added, the final mob that actually won this year's one, as we mentioned, was the armadillo. And they specifically stated that the armadillo is going to give dog armor. I think this mob vote was interesting. As I mentioned, I think it's one of the most interesting ones in the past few years. That doesn't mean I think it was a good mob vote. There's a reason I haven't voted in like any mob vote ever. It's because I've never seen a mob that stands out to me like, that is cool, that needs to be added. Like, dog armor, as you mentioned, should be a base game concept anyways. You should be able to craft it. You shouldn't have to get it from killing an armadillo or whatever you're going to have to do with it. Shearing an armadillo, you know, maybe they might add something new to the game, like a stone cutter, or like stone thing where you have to like hit the armadillo with it. I don't know, who knows? But like,
stone cutter, that exists.
Huh?
I was gonna say that doesn't exist. Stone cutter is a thing.
Not stone cutter, sorry. Like, do you know like the little nail, and then like you hit the nail into something to like chip at walls and stuff? I don't know how to explain that.
Like a hammer, or like a I know what you're on about.
Yeah, like a hammer and like a big like grey nail or whatever. I don't know, who knows? But yeah, like I feel like dog armor should also be a thing. But once again, they specified it's dog armor. So what about cats? What about parrots? What about, I was gonna say horses, but they have horse armor. Like, imagine if they said, okay, with armadillos, you can make dog, cat, and parrot. Bro, imagine having a parrot fly around next to you with armor on. Do you know how cool that would be?
True, but I feel like dogs are the only ones that need it, because the function of armor is to keep it, you know, like. But then like cats and parrots don't have armor, like just generally, and like dogs do attack.
But so do cats, no?
No, they attack. No, I feel like they just scare creepers off.
But the amount of times that, like, I mean, I was playing in an SMP like a few like weeks weeks back, and somebody blew up my parrot. But like, imagine if it had armor, like it possibly would have survived. But it's also a case of like they don't go into too much depth with it, right? So we don't know how much armor this is gonna give the dog. Like, I mean, who really takes their dog with them on journeys anyways? I've never seen it before. Like, I feel like with adding,
so casual, it's such a like so casual place. Like, I agree with the fact dog armor should be in the game, but it shouldn't be a mob vote. It shouldn't be attached to a mob. It should just be in general.
Because like, yeah, it's a cool concept, as we mentioned. It's like and I completely agree that it shouldn't be a mob vote. It should just be in the game. But you know, like for this to actually work properly, they need to change the functionality of dogs in the first place. For example, like if I go mining or whatever, my dogs are just TPing themselves into walls. So like dog armor isn't going to protect them from that, is it? If they're suffocating in a wall, dog armor isn't going to help them stay alive. Like, it might make a little bit of a difference, but I doubt it. And then how much armor is it actually going to give you? When has a dog ever been attacked by a mob? I've never seen a zombie or anything hit a dog before, because like you're not just taking your dogs and watching them hit mobs. You're killing the mobs. Yeah, the dogs just there to help you get like one extra hit in. But by the time you have dogs, you have full Netherite armor and a Netherite sword anyway. You know, dogs are just there for a cool design concept.
Yeah, I agree. I just shouldn't attach it to a mob. Like who thinks of an armadillo and goes, that's gonna give my dog armor? No, it's not how it works.
That's how that works. But how would it work? Like, because the sizes and stuff doesn't add up either. Like, it really doesn't.
No idea. But I guess we're gonna have to literally wait and see.
Exactly. But once again, see, that's what I mean about the mob vote. Like, out of those 3 mobs, I don't see. That's why I didn't vote, because I can't have one that I want to. Like, I can specifically go, yeah, that should be in the game. I just don't. You know, and I can't turn around and go, yeah, I think that should be an actual mob. You know, they're all cool. Don't get me wrong. But I just, you know, and they're all cool for, like I said, probably one of the better mob votes in the last few years. But I still can't really understand why they're mob votes, you know?
Yeah, I get you. Do you know where you won't see the armadillo give you dog armor?
Sorry?
Do you know where you will not see the armadillo give you that dog armor though?
What do you mean?
You won't see the armadillo give you dog armor in Minecraft Legends.
Oh, what a transition. Wow.
Smooth it.
Maybe you are good at this. Holy. Okay.
I bet, you know, I bet.
I mean, we kind of disregarded #StopTheMobVote, but you know what? As the viewers, you can wait till the end, or not the end of the podcast. It'll pop up at one random point, right? There you go. So keep you hooked. Yeah. I mean, Minecraft Legends, that was a really good transition, Bendo. Fair play. I rate that.
Got you.
So there is a brand new Minecraft Legends update, as you've kind of hinted at here by transitioning into it, because there'd be no reason to otherwise. It's an update that I reckon all their 20 active players are absolutely gonna love. So good on them,
18, mate. 2 of them are all there. Come on.
Sorry. Let's actually, you know what? Actually, as of right now, it's currently 8:47 p.m. on a Wednesday evening in Britain. Minecraft Legends on Twitch, right? It currently has.
Probably doesn't have a Twitch channel.
Nobody is streaming it.
Oh, what? You mean the category?
Nobody is streaming the category right now.
No shot.
Oh my god, nobody's streaming it.
That is nuts. Yeah,
well,
0 people are streaming it.
And if you go on videos, it's like somebody like decides to go from Minecraft Legends to Halo.
Bro, some guys playing that. What's the
Stumble
Gang
Guys
Beast ripoff?
Oh, yes, Gang Beast, something like that. Yeah.
It's the other one. You know.
Yeah, the other version of Gang Beast. I got you. Yeah.
Yeah, the new one that just came out that everyone's playing.
That's so funny. But yeah. So Bendo, since you did the transition, do you want to let us know what the brand new updates are?
Right. So probably the 0 of you should play this game, because if you do, what are you doing? You can pet all the animals. Cool. Don't know why that wasn't in the first place, but there you go.
I mean, it's not even about being added in the first place. I just don't know how. Like, how does that affect the state of this economy? It doesn't. How's
that going to affect LeBron's legacy though? Like,
exactly. That's even better.
You know what I mean?
All right. What are the other ones?
You can navigate more easy, which I guess for an RPG style game is probably needed. I don't know what the issue was with it beforehand, because I don't
actually know if that's a fact, by the way. That's what I gathered from Minecraft Live. Like, I could be wrong. Like, I'm pretty sure that's what they were getting at. Like, you can navigate around easier, but I still don't really understand how that works.
Yeah, I mean, like, you're gonna need that easy navigation if you go on some of those custom game campaigns they've added, which actually seems like quite a cool feature. I've got to be honest.
Oh my god, Bendo, you're cooking. Holy.
Hang on, I might have left the oven on. No, I'm joking. It's turned up. Custom game campaigns. Yeah, I mean, like, you can't say anything about it. Like, you have to create one in order to say anything about it. But that's cool. It
does sound cool. That one I actually like the idea of.
Yeah, like they're actually adding features to try and get people to play the game. It ain't gonna work, but
it's a cool concept.
Companions are better. Like, I feel like that should be a staple. If you told them to follow you, they should follow you anyway. Why would you want them following you though when you can play as them? Because you can now play as a llama, which I don't know what you can do with that. But that sounds cool, I guess.
And I was just like, I think you can play as probably any mob. They kind of just specifically said you can play as a llama or on the custom campaigns.
I mean, I don't know what you're gonna do as a llama, but fair enough.
Spit in people's faces.
And they just added a few more mobs, a few frogs, a few piglins, a few witches, some sort of air chopper building. I know what that's all about, but
Do that
let them cook.
Get to the chopper.
You ain't gonna hear that one though, because they've not improved the communications or any in-game voice chat in the game. So if you're streaming that over VC, there ain't no VC for you to be part of. Sadly, you're gonna have to hop on Discord or do talk to your mates to play Minecraft Legend. That's all I gathered, I guess. I mean, don't think anyone was tuning in for that part, but you know.
That's pretty much everything for Minecraft Legends, yeah.
Yeah, I have much to say about it because I don't play the game. So
I guess I have a bit to say then, if you don't have anything to say. When it came out, it was a little bit hyped up. You know what? Actually, in fact, Bendo, we can make this topic talking about failed Minecraft games. There we go. We might as well, right? That way then you can get a bit more engaged in this there. So when they advertised Minecraft Legends, I thought it was a cool concept. I said I refused to buy it and people were like, why? I was like, it's £50 for the game, right? And it's a cool idea, but it's not going to last. We're like, no, this one's actually going to stand out. This one's going to be... I said, no, it's not going to last. Right now, nobody's streaming on Twitch. That's proving a point. That's proving my point. It's a cool game, but like... I know they're not going to mind me saying their name. I am going to say it. During editing, if I decide I want to cut their name out, I will. Who knows, I might even check with them if they're fine with it or not. But if you hear their name, you hear their name. If you don't, you don't. I remember them like playing Minecraft Legends on stream, right? And they saved up all this redstone to build like that cannon that throws stuff into the base. I can't remember the name of it, right? It's basically, at the time, it was a game-winning like building, right? Saves up all this redstone, and his teammate spends it on mobs. So he couldn't get what he wanted because every material you'll gather or mine is free for the team to use, not for yourself. And like you mentioned, there's no communication. There's no in-game voice chat. There's no text chat. There's nothing. You can't communicate with your team. You can't talk to them or do comms because they just don't have it. Like, look at Valorant. Imagine Valorant. I don't play Valorant. Don't really like the game. Never touched it. Probably never will. And who knows, actually. Maybe. It's just not my thing, all right? It's just not my thing. Maybe I will play it one day. But as of right now, I haven't. It's for instance, like Starbucks. I've never been into a Starbucks. So, there you go. But I mean, I guess I technically went into one when...
Greg's does clips.
Exactly. I've ordered Greg's merch as well. So. I guess I technically went into one when Potato Pie came to England because he went in to buy like a mug. But I mean, I've never bought from Starbucks. There you go. So, but yeah, like they have in-game voice chat. Imagine that without in-game voice chat. Imagine Rainbow Six Siege without in-game voice chat. It's going to be horrible because those games need communication. You're playing a team game, right? Minecraft Legends is a team game. You need communication, but they just don't offer that. And maybe that's because it's a kid game, right? Probably for the safety and stuff like that. That's probably why there isn't voice chat, and I respect that. But they need to add something for it because, you know, in Minecraft Live, they mentioned how they added a bunch of updates to the community really wanted, and then they produced all of this, which I mean, if that community of 18 players wanted that, completely fair enough, but the actual outer wide player base wanted voice communication and they didn't get that, you know?
Yeah.
I guess that leads into talking about just failed Minecraft games in general. Like I said, we might as well keep on topic here with this. There's Minecraft Earth, there's Minecraft Dungeons, which has now, I think they said they've kind of just abandoned it. It's still going to be a thing, but they're no longer gonna update it, or like I don't know if that'll mean bug fixes, but I mean, without updates there shouldn't really be bugs anymore, hopefully. And then Minecraft Story Mode, which you can't get anywhere. I've tried buying it on Steam. I've tried thinking like the only way you can get it is partially on dodgy websites. And Minecraft Story Mode is something I never got to play. And now that I'm earning my own money, I would have loved to play. But it's kind of just discontinued everywhere, even on the Xbox store. So they have a bad track record. It's like, for instance, I guess it's for instance kind of like me with YouTube channels. Disregarding the podcast, I had my main channel, which was doing all right. And then when I made other channels, they all did poorly. And it's kind of just like YouTube channels in general. Like they have their main channel, then they have their second, third, fourth channel, which still do good, but not as good. And that's kind of what Minecraft has done. They have Minecraft, which is their god tier game. And then they've tried to release other stuff with the Minecraft name behind it. And it just doesn't do nearly as well.
Yeah, I mean, like, I never played any of the branch off games, I guess, just because, like, the thing is, when your game's a sandbox game, why are you making games based off a sandbox game? When
True.
The whole point of a sandbox game is to do whatever you want with the game. So why don't you just use your game and mod it yourself?
I think Minecraft Story Mode was pretty cool.
That's the only exception. Anything else?
But then something
anything
happens
else,
with it.
I just don't give energy. Like,
Yeah, that's fair. I just think over the seasons it got worse from what I hear. Like, as they went on, they kind of just stopped caring about it, which is what happens to these spin-off games, like Minecraft Earth, for example. Like, I don't think it had potential. I guess Minecraft Legends, it had potential, but they just didn't care enough. Like, adding the fact that you can play as a llama, yeah, cool, but let me talk to my team. You know, I'm not going to spend £50 on a game where I'm going to get screwed over by my teammates. And even more so, no one's really playing it right now. So maybe add AI to multiplayer. That could be cool.
yeah,
You know?
I mean, like, how do you not have... It makes some sense.
Like, if you're not getting that many players, maybe make it so that, like, bots fulfill games. That could be cool.
Yeah, that I mean, like, whatever the few people want, just give them.
Exactly.
I don't touch Legends. I watched it for a bit, didn't find much in it, and yeah, just never really touched it.
By the way, I guess talking about mobs again, what year was the frog in a Minecraft mob vote? Because I couldn't find it.
I honestly don't remember.
Frog Minecraft mob vote, because they've also added frogs to the Minecraft Legends. So it lost it a few years ago apparently. I don't know what year it lost it, but it lost it a few years ago.
I got no clue. I don't remember it.
I don't know. I mean, at the end of the day, right? They it didn't win the vote. It still got added anyways. And I guess in general, hashtag stop the mob vote, right? What are your thoughts on that?
Good. Well, I explained it earlier. To be fair, like midway through the mob vote stuff, like I explained my thoughts on not stopping it, or just take it back to the 2017 ways and do it that way. That's my thoughts.
I think it's silly. I think it's the silliest thing I've heard. Have you seen the propaganda? It's so funny. Some of the propaganda I've seen posted about stop the mob vote is it's giving me a good laugh.
I don't get this uprising. It just strains entitlement.
But what does it achieve? Like, do you really think Minecraft can be like, oh yeah, my bad lads, let me just add every single mob that we haven't made or coded, you know?
I don't get it's bad.
The entire Minecraft live chat was so bad as well, with like hashtag stop the mob vote. But like,
who goes onto YouTube streams and like leaves the live chat open though? Like you're asking for it if you leave that.
Oh,
open.
did you watch it on YouTube? I watched it on Twitch.
No, I watch it on YouTube because you can. Yeah, the Twitch stream is much more delayed than the YouTube stream.
Oh, I was just watching anyways. It didn't really make a difference to me, the whole delay and stuff like that. So, but yeah, I thought we was gonna have more to talk about in that section, in all honesty. But yeah, I just kind of wanted to mention I think it's silly, and I've kind of more said it so I can put it in the hashtag in the announcement thing. But overall, I think it's silly. I think hashtag stop the mob vote is silly. I don't think it achieves anything, and if anything, it's like I said in my old community, right? When I used to play Hive Bedrock Edition, people would constantly be like, "Oh, Hive is bad," but then they'd make these videos calling Hive bad while still playing Hive. I know it's easy. I know it's very generalized, and I don't care. You can quote me on this. I don't care. If you don't like Minecraft or you don't like what Minecraft are doing, stop playing Minecraft. Use mods that add these mobs to the game, or make your own game, right? If it's that big of a deal and you think Minecraft are being that lazy, make your own game.
Facts. I mean, I agree.
People aren't gonna like that.
I said everything. I don't want to just like repeat my rant for like the third time from the actually talking about the mob vote. Like midway through that, I talked about like switching it back to the 2017 version, but basically just that.
Yeah, it's sort of
I've said it like 3 times now.
So these next few ones we're gonna skim over a little bit. There's stuff I still want to talk about because we're talking about Minecraft Live as a whole, but I guess they're not things I want to dig too much into. I guess it's also not really conscious of time per se. I just don't want it to be a crazy long podcast, but I want to talk about these. So first one is another Minecraft Star Wars collab. The things they mentioned is that you get to play as a Padawan and train to be a Jedi Knight. Use the Force, which is going to be interesting. Join Yoda in training. The animation looks really, really cool. Obviously, it won't be in-game, but the animation looks cool nonetheless. And it's most likely going to be the Minecraft Bedrock Marketplace, let's be real. There's no way they're adding something this big for free. Sadly, but it's true. I think it looks fun, though. I'm quite surprised at how much Minecraft and Star Wars collab, There's so many collabs.
Yeah, they've definitely got a bumper contract, 100%.
Oh, 100%. But the idea of it looks... I think it does look really, really cool. I probably will give it a try. I gave the Minions one back in the day a try, and that also looks really cool, and ended up not being it though, so that's kind of sad, but we'll see. Do you have anything to add on that, or is it just a covered topic? If it's just a covered topic, it's fine.
Yeah. Kind of just like I like all these collabs, but like community made mods, like 10 times more in depth and probably free. So do those.
And on Java.
That's the big kicker on Java.
I just like the idea of use the Force. I'm quite interested to see how the heck they're going to do that. I guess that's what stood out to me.
Probably not that hard.
I mean, you never know, right?
You could find out by getting in on the mic. Don't get on the mic.
No, we're
I mean,
not
if you
promoting.
want to go ahead.
I
Not
mean,
for me though.
Minecraft. If you want to bring me and I'm the lads Ajax and Bendo to the Minecraft movie premiere, then I will promote your game. I mean, I already am, but you get what I mean, okay? I'm happy to do it, right? That's the agreement we can have. Jeb's hair looked really cool in the wind. Looked really beautiful, actually, flourishing when he was on the minecart. Absolutely lovely.
He did.
It did look really nice. BBC Earth free promotion. They had all these cool mobs, like whales and all this kind of jazz. Also had penguins in it.
How does Education Edition have better looking mob than the main game?
I know. Why? I don't get that. I know you like.
It's still Minecraft like. It's not even like they've added PNGs. It's just Minecraft like. I don't get it.
Just add these mobs to Minecraft. You know, why do you have to be Minecraft? That's like limiting certain stuff to Minecraft Bedrock and Minecraft Java, like mob wise or gameplay wise.
Give us an Earth like BBC Earth like texture pack that replaces some of this.
That replaces what? Sorry.
Just give us a BBC Earth like texture pack. Done. Yeah,
exactly. Or like a download, so we can add all the mobs to the game. It will be on the Bedrock marketplace, but none of these mobs are in the base game. So they're going to be on Minecraft Education Edition, but also on the Minecraft Bedrock marketplace. But it's BBC Earth, and it's the third version of this of this marketplace map, I guess, technically, right?
Yeah. Probably data pack, but it comes with a map.
Yeah, exactly. And then the final one before we get into talking about brand new updates to base game Minecraft, which is where it gets interesting again, is the Hannah Rose Minecraft X Lego collab, and I guess the Alec Benjamin jump scare at the end of the Minecraft live, which I don't really know what that whole deal was, but it was funny nonetheless. But I thought the Hannah Rose collab was pretty cool. I wonder, like, this isn't, by the way, don't like take this the wrong way, because I'm not saying, like, I'm not trying to say, oh, I can't believe it was Hannah, but I mean more so like, I wonder how they choose, you know, like, why Hannah? And once again, that's not a bad thing, okay? I don't mean that in a bad way as in like Hannah doesn't deserve it. I mean more so like, I wonder how they choose Hannah over, or like Hannah instead of someone else. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
But it was a cool little collab. I mean, that segment just, once again, it was filler like the other segments. It didn't really interest me too much because I mean, no matter who it was, it wouldn't have interested me. Is the point I'm trying to get. It's just like, I just like being loaded with information, getting what I need, and then going. And that's kind of what this podcast was meant to be, but I also just wanted to cover everything I saw because we might as well talk about it. That's why you're listening to the podcast, right? To hear our views on the Minecraft Live. So
agreed.
Do you have anything to add about any of these segments or any of these little things?
No. Boring. Didn't care. Yeah, didn't really care. Gotta be honest.
Yeah, fair enough. I'll let you transition then into the Minecraft base game updates then, because I feel like I've talked quite a bit about all the little things. It's your turn to go into talking again about the big things.
Stuff we actually all care about to an extent, because it actually affects us in some sort of way. The base game. Decorated pots actually have a use now. I don't know what they did before, but if this is the update, yeah, I got no idea. Like if they've only just put the feature of adding items into decorated pots in, what was the point before? Just saying, doesn't matter. That's being added. I'm gonna make all of you feel really old right now. Minecraft turns 15 next year. Yep.
20 years of age. I am only 5 years older than Minecraft. Oh my god.
Hey, I'm 4 years older than Minecraft. You know how mad that is?
Oh, you're 19?
Right.
Oh yeah, you're 19, aren't you?
I am 19. I'm 20 in a few months, January. So, oh god, I'm 20 in January. Oh,
You're
anyway,
old.
moving on. I am gonna have to get the walking stick out. Anyway, and then obviously they've got the three big ones, which they touched on. I guess. Trial Chambers, the Breeze, and then they ended abruptly. So, bosh. Right, where are we starting?
I guess I'll start with Trial Chambers, and then you do the next two. How's that sound, right?
Sound. I like that.
Okay, so Trial Chambers. Brand new multiple room structure, so they're adding a brand new structures to the game, which is quite cool because the NPC's SMP, which died very very quickly, there was like a bunch of different structures on there, which was quite cool, and I thought, oh, if these were in Minecraft, it'd actually make the game like a lot more like engaging. So I think it's quite cool they're adding a brand new structure. I think what would make it even cooler, which they're not going to do, is when you get into the structure, you're forced into adventure mode, right?
Ooh,
I think that would be pretty fun.
I like that,
because otherwise I'm going to do what I do with every other structure and just mine it all, or mine through the walls. Like, I think like adventure mode until you complete it, in quotation marks, complete the structure, then you get back into survival so you can mine it. But I think
or you get an
originally
effect,
to get
like a potion, like a potion falls on you and you can't break blocks.
and then just drink milk.
That's a fair point. I've just
Yeah.
been done there.
Well, no,
Yeah,
not
fair
really,
point.
because it's a solid idea. I mean, unless they made it a potion that counts as milk, but then it also screws you if you want to leave, and it's like a certain.
That's way too hard to code. Yeah, just put it in adventure mode.
But then even then, like, that's a bit thingy, like you're in survival and you get put in adventure, like that's also a bit hard to do. Like,
If
just
you're
switch to
not
game
a
mode for you.
pussy, you will just play and not break block.
There we go. Yeah, that works. Right. So there's a copper room chamber, which I think is quite cool. It's you can get new like copper blocks. Some of them look really, really good. There's a brand new.
Use. Copper's got a use. It's got some sort of use.
What is
It's never been
the new
used.
block? What is the new block that has the biggest use?
I don't know, the only new block I took from it, apart from the crafter, is the copper ball. Basically just like a redstone lamp, except made by copper, meaning copper actually has a use now, which is good, because I just saw it as complete pointless. Like, yeah, okay, copper exists in mines in real life. What can you do with it in Minecraft?
You can wax it to dim it as well, which is quite cool.
Yeah, that's it. It's just... So now it has
There's also supply chests. I assume they're just going to be normal chests. I wonder how they do the loot with these, right? Because no one really uses loot from chests or strongholds anymore, right? For instance, like the main stronghold, no one really loots the chests because they don't really give anything.
You've got the library. That's quite big.
Yeah, but that doesn't count as looting a chest, though. You just mine the books, and if you get lucky, you get.
Library.
If you get lucky, you're going to get a good enchanted book. But for the most part, you don't. So no one really opens them.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
But they open them, but they don't take the loot from them. I should say. Sorry.
Yeah.
So I think that's cool. There's also brand new challenges they mentioned and help. So there's a way that it's going to challenge you and help you, which is interesting. And every single chamber is going to be different. So if you find multiple in your world, there's going to be a strong variation. So one will look like Bendo's profile picture. One will look like Inside Orbitzz profile picture.
I'm in the game.
First thing that came to mind. All right, So
I am the face of Minecraft now. Let's just be real.
Let's go, Bendo. I'm Bendo Minecraft. The Bendo Minecraft podcast. It's probably better. Yeah, I think that's better than Inside. Yeah. Anyways,
That blows so well.
there's other new block varieties which I didn't write down because I don't really care too much. But if you want to, you can go and probably find that or watch. In all honesty, lads, in the nicest way possible, if you're listening to this podcast to find out everything about the brand new Minecraft live update, probably isn't the best podcast to listen to because MidweekMC is just us talking about our views. Oh, yes. Sorry, no, keep listening to the end.
And that's why you should subscribe right now.
Or follow
on Spotify.
Yeah, exactly. Right, perfect. There's a brand new mob spawner which is going to be interesting. That's cool. It's called the Trial Spawner. It's limited to a number of mobs with a variety of mobs to fight. So the ones that I use in the video was the snowy skeleton ones, husk snow, not husks.
Them ones, yeah.
The ones that are in slow biomes and they shoot you with slowness. That one, and then like in another room they had what's called like another one which spawned a different variety of mobs, as well as a brand new mob which Bendo will talk about in a second for us. And and once you completed it, they spawned like diamonds and emeralds and stuff above it. So it looks like we have an infinite or spawner, I guess technically, but I wonder how it's going to work. Like, will there be a cooldown? What's the cooldown going to be? How many mobs are you going to have to kill? Does it like get harder throughout the rooms? Do you get rewarded better throughout the rooms? How many rooms are there going to be? That's only questions, all right? But I think this is a really cool update. And then when the mob spawner is smoking, it means it's on cooldown. So yeah, that's pretty much the entire trial chambers. I think it's cool. I think it's a cool addition to Minecraft. It's something new. It's been a while since we've had like a new structure in the game. What are your thoughts on it?
I think it's sick. I think pretty cool. It feels like a mix of like a Vault Hunter type MCC, like what's the
Sands of Time.
Sands of Time. Yeah. It feels like that, which is cool. I feel like they've just looked at those and gone like, yeah, how do we add this to the game? So it's quite cool. There's no real like proper. There's no proper like mode or like thing in the game like that. Other than just mob spawners, so having like proper mob spawners that actually like challenge you with different things is quite cool. I like that. It's really cool, super awesome.
Cool concept.
Very cool concept. It's very cool that you can have the variety of mobs and stuff, like multiple mobs at once, including the breeze.
What's that, Bendo?
I'm so glad you asked. Basically, imagine a blaze, except it's in the overworld, and it's like a tornado.
No way.
Wind. That's a breeze. And also,
is it weaker than the blaze, or do you reckon it'd be about the same strength?
Ooh, I reckon it'd get clapped by the blaze. Can't lie.
Yeah,
I
reckon as well.
Yeah, I reckon it'd be a bit weaker. It'll still hurt you though. Like you don't want to get too close to it. But it will just push you with wind. It's like push you with wind. Really, it's like any autumn day in England. Really, you're just gonna get thrown around by the wind.
Oh, today when I left work, it was pissing pissing it down. Absolutely pissing it down. And by the way, chat, just to put this into perspective, right? I woke up this morning at 7:20. I left my house at 8:30. Huh?
You stream too much. You just address everyone as chat.
Oh God! Oh, the viewers. I don't even stream too much anymore because I'm too busy on the podcast. Just because what I'm about to say is like something I'd say on stream. I left the house at 8:30. I finished work at 5:30, and then I left work at 5:30, and then I didn't get home until 6:30 because I'm not going to mention what happened, but something happened and I just got delayed home, and then we joined a voice call like 7:10 and started recording at 7:50. So I have been non-stop, and then once we've done this, I gotta go and edit the Feinberg podcast, which comes out in 2 days, even though this has been recorded 2 days afterwards. It's all a mess. Anyway, sorry, carry on, please, Bendo. My bad.
Yeah, basically, what Orbitzz is trying to say is if you put notifications on now, you know when that episode is coming out, and you can listen to it straight away. On multiple platforms. So there you go. You know what I mean? I got you. Don't worry. Push you and imagine driving down the motorway at 70 miles an hour in your 1 litre little car that weighs like nothing, and you're trying to keep it within the lines. I'm not speaking from personal experience, but I am speaking from personal experience. It can also interact with blocks, which I don't think many mobs other than the Enderman can do. So it can flip a trapdoor.
Yeah, I think it's only those type of blocks like trapdoors, doors. I don't think it's actual physical blocks.
That might even be only a hard setting, because I know like zombies can only break doors on hard.
Oh really?
I got no idea. Yeah,
I reckon it'd be an alter because it doesn't destroy it; it just opens it.
Then it'll just be a normal thing. But it's a cool mob. I guess it kind of just is only really there to add to the trial chambers. But I've not really seen any other mob attack with wind before, so that's quite cool. I think that's cool. I like it.
I mean, my thing is like it's underground, so why is it wind, huh? What's it doing with the wind underground? You know, like
that's a good point.
It's a cool mob, and I'm glad they've added it. I don't know. It doesn't sound too overpowered, and then it only spawns. And then what's the spawn rate of it? Does it only spawn in certain rooms? Does it drop anything? And if it does drop anything, what's the use of that? I always look at it logically, right? I always look at things in depth because that's what I do, and that's why I don't vote for any.
This is what he does.
It's what he does. I think it's cool, but like, what am I going to use it for to open a door? Like, maybe, who knows, maybe there'll be a door that you can't break and you have to bait the breeze there to open the door for you. That would be cool. I doubt it's going to happen, you know?
Yeah, like I feel like the only need you'd have to open anything that's like strong that it can't open, you'd have to automate it with redstone or something, you know?
Yeah.
But you know what else you can automate with redstone?
Yeah, I'm so glad you did this because I was going to do that if you didn't. What else could you automate with redstone, Bendo?
You could use the new block, the crafter.
Oh my goodness, that sounds like a crafting table.
No, you can't tell me it's like expensive stuff or something.
What does the crafter do, Bender?
Well, fun fact, it uses redstone. I know, I didn't explain that one.
Whoa, is that why you transitioned like that? Sorry, I'm gonna stop talking like that. Sorry. Yeah, go on, please. What is the crafter?
Just a really lazy crafting table, really. You can, it's like a redstone person's dream, I guess. You can just make it. I didn't really take anything much from it other than that. It's like a dispenser, but it just crafts you things. Like you throw things in it, or throw things in a hopper, or however you do it. I don't fully remember. And it crafts something for you, and you can be like, only use these slots to craft this thing for me, and it does it. That's basically it. I didn't take much more else for it, because they didn't really show it off. They showed off the redstone contraption and talked about it, but they didn't actually show it in use that much at all.
I think the lock-in slots is quite cool. Like, you can have, like, for instance, now that makes automated farms so much better because you just can have a bone meal. You can just have a bone meal dispenser now. Like, yeah, I know you could technically just turn bones into bone meal, but in reality, right, if you think about it, you can have a skeleton spawner go into an automated craft. And probably someone's probably thought of this, but if they haven't, this is my idea, right? You have a skeleton spawner, right? They die from fall damage. All their bones go into a hopper, which goes into the crafter. The crafter then turns the bones into bone meal. The bone meal then goes through multiple stuff until it gets to your farm. Then you're constantly farming. Oh my god,
mate, Mumbo Jumbo's gonna have an absolute field day with this. Like, I don't touch redstone. I don't understand a single thing about it, really.
I used to.
Can't really be bothered to. But those people are going to love it. I think it's a really good.
I think it's one of the best blocks they've added.
Definitely, like the amount of possibilities that it has to those people that understand redstone. It's going to be like a dream. So very, very cool.
There's got to be multiple ways you can use it. I guess that's just the best one I could think of. So I didn't really pre-plan ideas for it.
Yeah,
the one they used was cool.
Like first week, like after the first week, the amount of tutorials that are going to come out, like you do this like thing, and it's going to be mental.
The concept they had where you walk through the door and you stand on the pressure plate and it dispenses the armor and automatically equips it for you. That's another thing. It's going to automatically equip armor for you as soon as you put it
Oh
on.
my god, you can be like Iron Man, you know when he like he lands down, and he takes it off. Imagine that, but he's like walking out and puts it on, and then you could fly with the armor. That's pretty sick.
Actually, I just realized, we didn't even. I've only just realized it now. They had auto equipping armor. That's going to be interesting because that's not already a concept, I don't believe, right?
Unless the person who stood there just held right click, which is probably what just happened.
Yeah, it didn't look like it. It looked like it automatically put on, but that probably is the case. Anyways, if they have hinted at auto equipping armor, then I want you guys to know that me and Bendo were the ones to point it out. Okay, we knew this, we saw it, we were the only ones who observed it, right?
Yeah, thanks. Well, do you want to trademark that thing right now? I'm down. I got the papers, everything.
Exactly, we can copyright it. I guess, I don't know.
It's money.
By the way, I want to go back to something that we talked about an hour ago. The knockoff Gang Beast game is called Party Animals.
That's the one. Yeah. That's the one.
Just touching on it from earlier.
I knew it, but like I didn't know it because I hadn't played it yet.
Is there? That's pretty much everything for the Minecraft Live. But obviously, they've mentioned that the features are in beta. They'll be coming in the next few weeks, and more features in development. Yeah, so they're not in beta. Sorry, they're going to be in beta in the next few weeks. But then most of the features are still in development. So they've got a bunch of ideas which they haven't posted about yet, but there's more stuff coming, so who knows. Minecraft Live was the basis of it, and it looks bloody amazing. I'm looking forward to it. What are your overall, I know we kind of mentioned it earlier, but I guess in one here, what are your overall thoughts of the Minecraft Live and the mob vote? All in one go.
Just before I touch on that, I did notice before we started recording this as of today, I know this goes out a week later, but the first snapshot did come out before we started recording on both Java and Bedrock.
I knew
Obviously, that would have been out for a week already.
I got you.
But I think it was good. I prefer the fact it being shorter than just telling you straight up. The mob vote always going to overshadow absolutely everything else, but I think on the most part it was very, very good. They, it's not really a revamp of a whole biome. Like I think they really need to touch on deserts, mountains, and like savanna type biomes and stuff. Like nothing goes on there. So obviously, that takes a lot of time to do. They can't do all that in a year. So I'm hoping maybe next year they'll do that. They need to touch on that. If that's the case, smashing. But apart from that, really good. Very well.
I think it's probably one of the best updates yet. And they hyped up like all these tales and trails and stuff and all these brand new caves and stuff. But I genuinely think this is probably one of the better ones.
Agreed. Definitely. 100%.
But with that being said then, Bendo, sadly brings the end of the podcast.
I'm gonna see the door. Am I get kicked out?
You are. This is your only podcast appearance for a little while. Never again, Bendo. Go away. Get back to editing. Go on.
I'm getting thrown behind the camera again, lads.
Bro, behind the camera. I mean, you're not really the one recording, though, are you? I mean, behind the camera would be recording. You're kind of more behind the scenes, I guess, technically, if you think about it.
Yeah. I'm in the basement. I get fed all the stuff I need to do down on like a little fishing line. I do it and I throw it back up.
But yeah, for anyone who is listening to this podcast, I kind of every single podcast lately, not every single one, but like there's been a good few podcasts lately where I feel like in the moment we're recording them, they're a bit like quieter and a bit like not as like professional, a bit scuffed. Does that make sense? And then it turned out in editing to be like an amazing podcast, which is probably how I'm going to feel about this one. But if it does come off as just a bit more of a different kind of type beat and a bit more of a quiet one, it's because I don't really have experience with talking about Minecraft. Minecraft isn't really my kind of niche, if that makes sense. So I mean, I've tried my best to talk about Minecraft Live. I think we did a pretty good job. It's just been a bit of a quiet one, mainly because we're also both very busy in our own little worlds. And today it's just when I finish work at 5:30, which next Wednesday I'm finishing at 3:30, so it won't happen. But like when I finish at 5:30 and then coming home and doing a podcast, which is what happened on Monday with Feinberg, it's like, I'm a bit more tired than usual. But I try my best. We try our best.
Yeah, we're smashing it. Like, especially for two guys who are like, we're involved in Minecraft, but we don't play it actively, especially the newest version. Like, we don't play it. I think we've done quite well.
Yeah, we're involved in the community, but not the actual like Minecraft updates, and that's why other podcasts kind of cover that area. And that's why Inside Minecraft literally doesn't really cover base game Minecraft, because it's not something that we, really dwell in too much,
This is inside Minecraft. This isn't Minecraft, We're inside it.
Well, InsideMC, technically.
True.
Don't wanna get what's it, DCA or whatever you bloody call the thing.
DMCA.
That's the
You're
one.
gonna get DMCA for saying the word.
Not Minecraft. DMCA. Is it DMCA? I don't know. Anyways, right. With that being said, Bendo, before I do the outro, because this is your first ever podcast appearance, would you like to promote yourself? Where can people find you? You're working on something that people might be able to find soon. When that does happen, where are they going to be able to find that? Just a little bit of promotion for yourself here.
I respect it. I guess
Twitter's probably the place I'm most active at the moment. To kind of just do editing things, but currently finishing off my portfolio right now. So I'm 99% sure that's going to be I'mBendo.com. If any of that changes, just follow my Twitter, Bendo's Live. Has all my links there on it. And yeah, go to the website. Hire me, please. I'm good, I promise.
Yeah, there we go. Bendo
me.
is an amazing editor, and I'm not even really biased because you haven't really done much for InsideMC yet, as you're relatively new. But seeing some of your previous work, you are very sick. You also made a very, very cool Twitch Rivals montage. So
I didn't even win that one either.
that's still cool. I mean, who knows? I might bring you on an InsideMC down the line, and we can have a little chit chat about yourself, Bendo.
Hey man, that'd be sick. Oh, my ego's gonna be so inflated.
when it's getting like millions of views, I'll just bring on I'm Bendo out of nowhere. I'm Bendo jump scare.
Yeah, I'll be at the one event Minecraft Live in 2 years, lads. Don't worry.
W. Well, yeah, thank you all for watching. This has been Midweek MC. Everything you need to know about the Minecraft mob vote and Minecraft Live. If you have any of your own opinions that you'd like to leave down below in the comments on YouTube, or you can join the Inside MC Discord and let me know your views there. But thank you all for watching. Thank you, Bendo, for being an amazing co-host.
Thank you very much.
Stay safe. Don't eat too much bread. Pieces.